show you. And it's going to be in my Etsy shop, which is withlovel.etsy.com. I was inspired to create this book because I have been loving Superfly. I don't know if you watch her channel, but it's Superfly, Superfly, and she does ASMR videos, and she has been making junk journals, and it's something that I've always enjoyed to do, but I haven't done in a while. So she inspired me to start making my own again, and one of my all-time favorite hobbies is making books. I love it. I don't know what it is, but it's just so fun. And junk journals are the funnest to make because there's nothing has to be perfect or specific or anything. You can just have a theme, you can not have a theme, it can just be completely random, it can be literal junk, like anything you want. But this one is just a very spring themed one. I think I just really love it. So if you guys are interested, it'll be in my Etsy shop, linked below. And it is completely handmade by me. I made the cover and did everything, made all the pages and put them together. It has 3 signatures, which I'll show you, and it is basically like it's not like a sewn in binding, it's just a binding where you can add or remove pages, which is really nice. So it's got this really pretty ribbon on the front, and it's like lace material, kind of. It's very pretty. And this is what it looks like from the side. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it in frame, but I've never really done a video like this before. So it's got all these pages, and fabric, and ribbon, and lace. And this is the top. It's got some really pretty cotton yarn on some tags. And I made this bookmark. It has a key and some really pretty beads on there. And then at the bottom, it looks like this, with some glittery, clear beads. I thought they were so pretty. I just love that. And basically, you can put it in your book anywhere and then kind of use it to open it. I'll show you. So this ribbon is not attached, it's just tied around the book. So here is the front. And it's got little windows on it, and little shutters, and little birds, and flowers. And I love this paper so much. And this lace. On the side. Here's the back. So this is the inside. Let me try to get it in frame. Okay. This is the inside. The first page is here. And this is on the front cover on the inside. I made a handmade pocket out of parchment paper. It's a little crinkly. Let me try to get closer to the microphone. You can hear it, it's very crinkly. And it is holding this handmade tag that I made out of this beautiful butterfly paper. It's got this beautiful lacy fabric on it with like a ruffle effect. I thought it was very, very pretty. And you can write on the back whatever you would like. Maybe you could write about what you're wanting to use the book for. And you could put a picture or a sticker or anything, or just leave this plain. You could put something here if you would like. And then this is just a little thing that says "Be kind always." Just white on the back. You could use this to glue inside your book somewhere. But I thought it was just a good reminder just to stay there in the book. And then here's an envelope. And I put some goodies inside. So just some extra papers and materials that you could use in the book. Little cards and things like that. Oh, there we go. Let me put this in here. There we go. So, the first page is a vintage book page. It came out of a book. Actually, I can probably show you the book 1 second. This is the book that it came out of. I think I have it upside down, sorry. There we go. And it is a vintage book that says "The Life of the Forest." And it has this deer. And it says "Our Living World of Nature." And I'm going to actually use this to make a book as well one day. But when you open it up, it's got all these really cool things about nature and the forest. And the forest is my favorite. See how pretty? I'm going to use that in a journal one day. But in the very back of the book, it's got like the glossary and the index and some things like about the national forests. And that is where this page comes from. So it's got some pretty crocheted lace on the side. Then here's some floral. I love this paper. Some floral paper. And on the back, it's got this pocket with some washi tape. Flowers on it. Flower here. And it's got this vintage card on it that tells and I hope I don't say this wrong, heliotrope, and I put a little tab on there. I just thought it looked so cute. And fun story, if you see any of these cards in my journals, they are true vintage. They used to be my great-grandmother's. I went to the house where she used to live recently, and they were in this back room in this big, like, green plastic thing. They were holding all these really cool cards about different plants. There was probably like at least 200 of them, and so I got them, and I thought I could use them in journals. So what I did was I made the back like a journaling card, so you could write on here, but you could still see this really cool image on the front. I just love that. So yeah, it's a little piece of my history tucked into the book. My great-grandma was my best friend when I was younger. This is a page out of the forest book that I just showed you. I loved those birds. I thought that was so pretty. The book is actually published. I was gonna tell you. The book is published. It says copyright 1966. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's right here. But that's how old this book is, so it's true vintage. And these are from the 70s. I don't think it tells you on the front, no, but on the back it does say copyright 1976, I believe. So yeah, that's a page from that book. And it's got some pretty leaves on this side. Here's some really pretty green color paper. Flower paper. It looks vintagey. Kind of has like a textured look to it. Then I put this little pocket here. And it's got two little tag things. So this is the first one that I made. This is some vintage wallpaper that I found at my great-grandma's house too, so I'm pretty sure it's extremely old. Like, could be anywhere from the 50s to possibly older to the 70s to the 90s. I'm not sure, but I know it's extremely vintage. I don't think it's from the 90s. I think it's way older than that. I think it's from the 50s or the 60s. But, because she didn't buy anything new, really, when I was younger. And that was the 90s, so, then I put some fabric here, and this little butterfly thing I thought was really cute, just to add some details. And you can write on this, on the front, and I just put this beautiful wood grain paper on the back you could write on. I like how light it was, so you could write on it, but it still wasn't just plain, you know. And then this is a little mini card version of the wood grain paper, and I just made a little flip out thing. And it looks like this on the front. I don't know, I keep holding stuff upside down, I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like. It's so pretty. I love this. This is the parchment paper. I just like wrinkled it up and put it up there as like a little ruffle. So those go in this pink organza bag. You can actually tuck something completely behind it too. But I put them in there because I thought it just looked so cute. And this is some vintage music paper from a book from exceedingly red. And it's got this boy and this like pretty trim. And it's from Natalia Green Songbook is the name of it. So if you research her name and this book title, it will come up that it's from 1929. And this is about the book. Someone glued this into it, like a newspaper article. You can see it's glued. And look how old this paper is. That's so cool. So, this is a very, very old book. Oh, here it is. Sorry. It actually says the copyright 1925. So there. That's how old this is. This paper is 100 years old almost, guys. Literally 4 years from 100. So that's what this music paper is. It's very authentic, antique. And I love the color of it. It's so pretty. And then here I have a little spot where I put a paper clip, and you can remove it, or you can just kind of pull out the little tag. This is for writing on, so it's more of the butterfly paper, and the back just looks like that. It just tucks under this beautiful doily. And the doily is so pretty. And on this side I have a little scrap of the wrapping paper, or not wrapping paper, but wallpaper I thought was really pretty. And then I made this giant tag. It comes out pretty easily. I'm just trying not to be too loud. But it's got like a different butterfly print. It's got this pretty pink cotton like yarn on here that sparkle. I don't know if you can see like this iridescent sparkles in it. It's so pretty. And then this is the other side. It's got like tiny little orange birds on it. So you can write on either side or use it for whatever you would like. I just like the color of the pink. And this paper is so pretty. It has lavender on it. And I love the colors with like the pink and this paper and the yellow behind it. I think it's so beautiful. Very spring. The whole theme of this journal is meant to be spring. So you turn that page, and this is a flip out. So you get the most writing space possible. It's got some really pretty art washi tape here that reminds me, it's kind of vintage feeling. Obviously it's not vintage, but it looks like it to me. Like Rainbow Bright or something. I just think it's so pretty. This is some recycled like packaging paper that you use and get in like packages and stuff. So I love the texture. It's like more crinkly than regular paper. Over here, this is also some recycled packaging paper. And I just made some pretty ruffles on this yellow, gorgeous yellow paper. Look how bright and cheerful this is. Don't you just want to write all over it? Glue all over it, or whatever you want to do. Here I've made a pocket out of the pink, like a little pink paper, and I tucked a blue one. I just thought that looked cute like that. It's got some washi tape there. You could write on both of those, or you could tuck more things under there. Secrets, whatever you want. This is a page out of the forest book. It has trees on it, and there's a little squirrel. I thought these trees were were so cute. I love this on the back. It looks like similar, but it has more detailing, like with the leaves. I thought it was beautiful. There's a squirrel. Here's some pretty flowers. I hear the cat. Here's some pretty flowers. Pink flowers. They look like creeping phlox. Pretty sure that's what that is. So gorgeous. And then here's some parchment paper that I used to wrap, or the wallpaper. I'm never gonna get that right. The wallpaper to make a tab on there with some staples, because I don't know if you've ever tried to glue anything to parchment paper, but it does not work, because the whole point of parchment paper is to be non-stick. So yeah, I found that out. Very interesting. So I love the texture. It's like crinkly. And here I made a little simple bookmark so that when you close the book, it looks like one of those ribbon bookmarks that you get in like a real, a book that you buy where you can hold your place. So you can obviously take the paper clip off and put it on any page that you would like. But I just thought it looked pretty here. But every time you work on it, like say you were going in order or something, then you could just clip it where you left off. Or if you had a special page you wanted to mark. But on this paper, I glued some little yellow flowers that I cut out by hand. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I thought that looked so cute. Then here's another page from the Vintage Forest book from the 70s or the 60s. What? I can't remember now. But here's also the bookmark. I can show you now how I made it. It's just some like hemp cord. So it's very strong. But it's some natural fiber cord. And then I just tied some pretty beads on the end with this one has the key. I love the key. It's so pretty. And you can hear it scratching. And then on this side it's got some like hearts and stars and just so pretty. I love it. And all you have to do is just lay it across the page that you wanted to mark. And then it doesn't make your book bulky. It's really cool. So that's the middle of the first signature. And here is a pocket that I made. I thought this paper was so fun. I love it. And here's a little flip book I made. You could write notes on or prayers or anything. Ideas. So I just had fun and made that. You could obviously use this bucket for whatever you would like. You can move stuff around. There's tons of possibilities. And the way that it works is you can literally slide pages out. So let's say you didn't like that one. You could just like completely take it out. Or if you wanted to add pages, all you have to do is just fold them and stick them under there. Or you could stick it like under and it'll come out this side, anywhere you wanted. So that's the really cool thing about this book. That's my favorite way to bind the pages because I am indecisive. So here's the next page. And more parchment paper. Here's a tag that says bloom and grow. You can write on. And then I made this one. It looks like old painted bricks. So pretty. Just white. You can write on both sides of those. And then I made this little some, what are those called? I can't think of those either. But put the little cotton yarn on there to match. Whoops. What's that paper again? Vintage book page. I like how you can see like a little bit of the tree there. On here I made a little cluster with some lace and some recycled brown paper and a little washi tape and a ribbon. I just stapled it on there just for something to look at. And then on this side, made another pocket like the one with the flowers, and I made a big journaling card. You'll notice that when I make tags and things, I like to make them quite big most of the time, so you can get the most out of your writing space, because I envision my journals to be a place where you can write a lot or glue a lot of things in, or doodle or draw if you wanted to. But I want you to get the most space possible to do that. So here's more of the lavender paper. You can see little pieces of it. And there's pretty pink paper. Let's see. And here's more of the vintage music paper from the 1920s. It is very, very old. Here's another one of those pretty, what do you call it? Like plant tag things that I showed you that were my great-grandmother's. This one is a wax begonia. And I know I keep putting it upside down, I'm sorry. Eventually I'll get the hang of it. But you can write or draw on the back or glue something on the back. It's like a big journal tag. And there's this cute little pocket that says, "Do what makes you happy," as flowers. I just thought that all looked so pretty together like that. Some more of that paper. And here is a tag that matches the front cover. So it's like the same print. I love it so much. So it's a very large journaling tag. You can write on this page as well. And then you can stick that. I just put some washi tape on that paper clip just to make it a little cuter. Here's another book page from that old forest book. And then here is a pocket that I made out of a coloring page, and you can actually color. It's like flowers. And then I made a very big big tag out of the butterfly paper. It's got butterflies all over it, and polka dots too. I don't know if you can see the polka dots or not. Beautiful. And of course this green on the back with the pretty yarn that's sparkly. There we go. There's the pretty paper again and the vintage book page. So that's the first signature. And this is starting the second signature. Look how pretty this paper is. I absolutely love the colors. This is what inspired the entire book when I saw this paper. So that's the first one. Then here's this. And here's some of that paper that I used for a pocket, but this time I left it in the full paper with the pretty flowers. And here is a vintage Target. I don't think one says the year. Oh my gosh, the cat is so loud. I don't think this one says the year, but it's very, very old. I got it at an antique store, and I thought it was a really cool color, and it feels really cool. It's like, I don't know, it feels almost like handmade paper. You can see like all these textures in it. It's really, really cool. But yes, it's very, very old. It's like a Target practice thing. It says manufactured in USA for Kmart Corporation, Troy, Michigan. So you know it's very old. Some more green paper. And this is just a pretty little book page. It has flowers, and it says, "A kiss without a hug is like a flower without the fragrance." And it has a pretty rose. And then it has another quote on the back. "There's nothing in this world so sweet as love." And like I said, any of these pages, if you didn't like them, you can just completely take them out like this. Just pull it out. But I'm not going to pull it all the way out. And here is some more of the vintage paper. And I just put a little piece of paper right there. I thought it was so pretty. I love that pattern. Kind of matches these flowers here, if I could find it. Yeah, it's like the same little yellow flowers as I put here, but on a blue background. Old music paper. Just some simple striped paper I thought was pretty and matched. Pretty, pretty flower paper. So pretty. It's like a watercolor or something. I would love it. And then here is a piece, an actual piece. Like this is the full size, the width of the vintage wallpaper. That was my great grandmother's. And you can see how old it is. Look at this. It's so old. I love that. Imagine writing something on here. Like you're gonna write something. It's just so much character. And here is another piece of the paper that matches the front. And it's got the little windows. And I used it as a pocket. I made this pretty tag. I thought it was cute. And I made these little flower tab on it just for fun. So that's a little pocket, and it's on the back of some of the vintage music paper. Just love it. Look at the edges. So cool. This has some pretty roses. And some pink paper. I thought that all that together just looked so gorgeous. And here's the main color theme. You can see the pink, the yellow, and this light green. Very, very pretty with the butterflies and the pink to match it. And then here's like it almost looks like it was painted, like washed with a pink, and it like fades. But on the back, I glued some vintage, or no, actually, this is not a vintage book, my bad. But I just glued some book pages and kind of collaged them in strips here. And then I glued this. It says, "Celebrate every day." Some washi. But this beautiful green leaf paper. It's one of my favorite papers ever. And I got this little, I made it in a pocket. And I've got a beautiful tag with birds and oranges and orange blossoms. Orange blossoms, and pretty little birds. And on the back it's an index card so you can write on there easily. And it goes like that. And then I made this little tag because I liked this little saying that I had. It says, "Never stop creating." And it's just a mini tag and that pretty paper that I love. It's actually a piece of that. So is like a mini little folder that I made out of this pretty bird paper. So basically I put these two little like journaling or quote cards. You can glue them in your book if you wanted, but they just tuck under there. Then this side has some more of those in a pretty envelope. Just all tucks under there. That's the middle of the signature of the second one. You can see the string. So, let me see. Yeah. So there's that paper. Oh yeah, and here I folded the edge over and made like a little tuck pocket thing so you can take off the paper clip, and I stapled some really old paper. This is from a book that was printed in the 1950s. I don't actually have it handy, or I'll show you, but it's called The Five Little Peppers or something like that. You can look it up. You can see where it says 5, but it's very old, and I just thought that looked so cute. This is like a vintage looking receipt paper, but it's actually not vintage. It just looks really cool. But it just tucks under there. And then you can put the paper clip on there to hold it under. Love that. And then got some more of the pretty papers. Some of the vintage music paper. And the wallpaper. Oh no, my fridge is kicking on, so it's gonna be really loud. I'm sorry, but these are some mini. This is like a mini 3-pocket thing I made, and it actually flips. It's like a page flip, so you can still see the beautiful paper and write on this. But I made some little tags and little journaling things that go in here, and that is what the pockets look like without anything. I love those papers, and everything that I put in here is always like a reference. Most of the things are a reference back to something that's already in the book. So I have a tag in here that matches that. The pocket that I already showed you, that paper. I like to do that, so it's kind of like a theme a little bit, you know. Also, I absolutely love this bird paper. And I put this pretty pink ribbon at the top. I thought this was beautiful paper. I know I'm holding it upside down again. But it's got all these colorful birds on there. And this tag said, "You deserve the world." I don't know if you guys saw that. It says, "You deserve the world" on there. Okay, let's turn the page. There's the pretty flower paper. And on this page, I did a flip envelope pocket. So you can see the reason I did it this way is because I cannot get this envelope to open without ripping. It sealed itself shut somehow. I don't know why, but I've had it stored for like a year or two, and that's what happened. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I just took a piece of paper that you can write on, and this beautiful, or not orange, what the heck, yellow that matches with the rest of the yellow in the book. And you can write on that, and I glued a piece of doily here. Pretty. And a piece of that really old 1950s book paper. I just thought it was so cool with like the vintage looking airmail washi tape and everything. I I just love that. And it flips over. It's the pink lined paper. Vintage book page again. I just think it's so beautiful. More of that paper that has quotes on it, and it's got little flowers, and then it says, "You can't wrap love in a box, but you can wrap a person in a hug." I thought that was so cute. And this one says, "Let us always meet each other with smile, for the smile is the beginning of love." I love that. This is the pretty green paper. The other side of the Target. Super cool. Here it says official 50-foot junior Target. It's so cool. I love the texture. And then this is a page out of the 1950s chapter book. Look how old this paper is, guys. It's so old. I have not de-stained or dyed or inked anything in this book. Everything that's brown or like aged is naturally aged. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but I just haven't done that in this book particularly. But I love the little chickens. I thought it was nice for spring. It's the mama hen. She's feeding her little chickens worms. And then on the back I put one of those, another receipt thing, but this one's pink. And you can write on there. You can like put the date and then like write a little note. I thought it was so pretty, and it matched with like everything. I just made a pocket out of this paper. Put a little fabric tag on here. I thought it was pretty. Just love it, love it, love it. More of that paper. And then here I put some fabric ruffles on this yellow page. I love these pages together. It's so pretty. There's tons of room to write in here. How long is my video? Oh my gosh, it's already 42 minutes. I'm not even I've still got another signature to go. I guess we're doing an hour-long video, guys. Okay, so here is the pretty paper that inspired the book. And then here's the third signature. So this is the very last one. This is the first page. I love this flower. And then I have this gorgeous gold envelope tucked under a paper clip here. And I've made a little handmade note card that goes inside. You can write on. Obviously, it's going to be difficult, so I'm just going to tuck it under there. But I love that. And then here is some pretty pink paper. It reminds me of spring with like the yellow. The colors are just gorgeous. So here's a vintage book page from the Forest book. I love how I had this at the bottom. It's like a border. I thought that was so pretty. And then this is a page. Well, it's the back of this that was printed this way, and it's got like things about plants and trees and stuff. I love that. It's like I can't help but talk about every page because everything is so intentional in this book. And here, I love this page because it looks like a dreamy sky. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks like so beautiful, like a painting. It's like art. And then here's more of the pretty rose paper. And this is the vintage Forest book page again. The glossary. And here I just made a little fabric tab on this page. envelope that has like gold on the outside. I thought it was gorgeous. I love that. And it's got some little paper pieces in there. That bird paper again. And this says, "You can and you will." And it matches that paper on the first signature that I really like. And then that one. So, yeah. And that is some of the music, the vintage music paper. Here's a pretty striped, like faded ombre paper. So pretty with the colors that match. And on the back, I made this pocket with that lavender paper. And this is a journal card. This one is peppermint, the plant card. And I put a lace tab on it. I love that with the oranges in the background. That's such a pretty picture. And this one is a bit different because I did not glue over the back to make it a journaling card. I used washi tape and I made like a little flip. So it flips up and it tells you about the plant and you can still read it. And this is right here. It says copyright 1978. So that's how you can tell how old those are. And it flips open like that too. So you can write, lots of room to write. You can write on there. And I made the pocket flip up actually with 2 note cards. So you can write in here. It's kind of like a hidden spot. I thought that was really fun. Some pink paper. Vintage book page. Some lace that I glued on. And that was the center of the signature, the last one. Here I made a handmade envelope. It's like a cash envelope size, so it would hold like $dollars. But I made it to hold this pretty tag with the bird paper. And you can write on there. And then secretly tuck it away. More of the stripes. The vintage book page. I mean the vintage music paper. And this is the flower paper. The green paper. Vintage book page from the forest book. Love the color of that paper. And then here I made like a flip out. This is from that really old 1950s printed children's book, the chapter book. And this is the image. Flip it open this way, and there's another one. I just thought those were so cute. And then it opens like this. And then also this will flip up, so you have room to write here. You can glue things here or just leave it. You can write on here. So yeah, I just thought that was really fun. I just really, really like that. And another one of the vintage forest book pages. Here I used a doily to make a triple pocket. So the very back has this cute paper that I found that you could write on. And it's got like these doodle looking flowers. paper ruffle, and I made a little pocket out of it. I love this washi tape. It looks like an old roller. It's so cool. But there's some note cards here you can write on. And that is the very last page. I actually made a pocket here that you can tuck things underneath there, both sides, but I haven't tucked anything there yet. So maybe I'll make something as a surprise, and whoever would buy this can then get to see it. But here is the colors. Look at all the pretty colors. Look. So pretty. You can see it. It's like a theme of the white and the green and the yellow and the pink and the vintage papers. So this is what it looks like.